How's it going, everyone? We're here to do another Rust top skins. And just in case you don't know what these videos are, these are the top skins that are submitted to the workshop. That does not mean these skins are accepted or ever will be. It just means they have the potential to for this next week. Also, I'd like to thank everyone for the get well wishes. I know that I didn't upload both videos last week, and I was actually in a small car fender bender. Can't even call it a car accident because it was so minor, but the seatbelt really got me, and it hurt. I got quite a big bruise, kind of in the shape of a seatbelt. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but I guess what happened is the ligament in my rotator cuff of the shoulder popped out a bit and had been out for almost 2 weeks. And when I went to stretch my back, it finally decided, oh, I'm going to pop back in. And it popped back in. And this has rendered my left arm completely unusable, pretty much. It has to lay flat at my side, pretty much. And that's made it very hard to try to work at a computer. And if I do sit up in a desk chair for too long, especially with the position of my arms out in front of me, it starts to spaz out really bad. So that's kind of where I was, guys. Thanks again for bearing with me, but we're back. And we have been staring at this for quite a while now. This is the spray can set. Everyone should be pretty familiar with it. And yeah, it's translated onto the hoodie and pants quite well, I think. Next, we've got some more Dragon Rage for you, and it is the road sign gloves and the boots. And the gloves just look really, really nice. It's kind of like a simple, sleek design, and it just kind of gives you that dragon gloves. Like, literally, it looks really nice. And then when we come down to the boots here, you've got this kind of beautiful adornment of an actual dragon on the tip of the boots, which is quite nice as well. Next up, we've got a continuation in the Renegade set with the gloves and boots, but the gloves are actually leather gloves. We haven't had any leather gloves accepted for a while since the road sign gloves came out. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if anything happens with that, but they definitely look really cool. I love the kind of knuckles. At first, I actually thought these were road sign gloves, just because they looked a little bit armored up, so they could definitely translate well over to it, if need be. Then down here, we've got the boots. Goes pretty well with the set. Really scrappy. Definitely fits into Rust quite well. Next, we've got a fun set. The Ladybug set finally sees a road sign addition to it. So hey, there we go. And if you don't remember, this one kind of had a cute story to it being finished. A mother reached out on Twitter to face punch about their child really loving this set and if it could be completed. And they actually did. And hey, well, maybe we'll get some more additional pieces to the set now. We'll just have to see. But definitely always fun with these ones. Next up, we've got some metal sets for you, starting out with the Hot Raider set by Robstar. And yeah, this one definitely fits right into Rust. And I mean, it's in the name there, Raider, so forth. It has a very kind of, cobbled together, self-welded, hand-painted kind of, vibe with it. You can see all those, rough welding marks and everything. It's just definitely something that fits into Rust, has a really metal kind of look to it. I definitely love this part back here. It's definitely unique compared to a lot of stuff that we see. So hey, it's always cool when something is rusty and it fits the vibe of the game. Next up, we've got some more festive for you with a festive costume high qual set. So hey, it seems like the other one did pretty decent, so maybe this will come into the store. We'll just have to see. I really love the ghillie on the face part. It just looks funny, and I feel like it makes you look like something from Viva Pinata, if any of you remember that game. So definitely hilarious, or just a pinata in general. I don't know. I guess that's because I grew up on the West Coast. So yeah, that. But one way or another, definitely a fun set, and love the kind of ghillie strips. Next up, we've got our deployables, starting off with some furnaces for you. This one's the Radioactive Furnace by Red Rex. And as you can see, it definitely has a very cool look to it. There we go, we're locked on now. And yeah, it definitely has a neat glow as well, so I'll be sure to show you that here shortly. Then when we move on over to this one, it kind of has a mix of tech and wood. This one is actually a slot machine furnace. So it looks like a stump taken literally out of the ground and carved up to be a slot machine slash furnace. So definitely love the creativity put into this one, for sure. Then over here we've got something that's quite overgrown, and well, I guess that's probably where it gets its name. It is the Ancient Forest, which makes sense. You've got all these kind of ivy-ish vines climbing all over what looks like it used to be kind of like a towery castle tower kind of design. You kind of see like the wood trellis through there, or maybe it's just like a wood trellis for the ivy to go on. I don't know. One way or another, definitely a cool little furnace. Next, we've got some boxes for you. Starting off, we've got a continuation in the scientific box set with the keycard box. And I know most people usually probably put the keycards in a small box, but it just depends on the size of the group you have, honestly. If you got a big group, you might end up with a whole couple large boxes full of keycards. If you are, kind of lazy, don't take them to Bandit Town, or just, I don't know, like to collect them. One way or another, definitely, still a useful box, I'd say. Next, we've got a continuation in the Mosaic box set, and this one is the ammo one, number 2. And as you can see, it has kind of a light orangey tone to go along with the ammo. There you go. Then over here, we've got a continuation in another box set. This is the clear frame set, and this is, of course, the stone storage, if you can't tell from the big words that say stone, or the actual stone popping out of it. So there you have that. Then we've got some rugs for you. Starting off here, we've got this psychedelic rug. It is the bath rug, and I mean, that's just simply it. But I think everyone's seen the kind of rugs like this, and it's just bright and colorful, and, hey, there you go. Then we've got a very creative rug over here. This one is meant to look like the various loot boxes and Rust, and it is part of the Loot Lord set, and, therefore fits right into it. I definitely see this one being put on walls more than I would see on floors, I think. Then we've got doors for you, if you can't tell. Starting out with this funny little door here. This is just the wooden door Boo. I don't know about the name. That's kind of weird. But one way or another, it kind of just reminds me of like a cartoon door in like a happy little cartoon. It just kind of has that look to it, Really love the wood on the back, too. Next, we've got another door for you. This one is the rustic medieval wooden door, and it has two different versions of it. One where you can peek through. You can actually see my character over there. Look at that. And if this did come in, that would be really cool. It'd be the first double door that has a cutout. So we'd have to see. Wooden double door, I believe. Actually, no, it might be first double door, because I wouldn't count the slot in the armors. So there you go. Next, we've got some sheet metal doors for you. Starting out with this one that looks all blueprinty. This is the blueprint metal door, of course. And, it has kind of like the layout for... What is that? Anyways, is that for a base? A battery? It says something. Yep. One way or another, definitely a cool creative kind of look to it, and I also like how it is like strapped over the door, which is quite cool. Then over here we have a door that is all about peace. It is the Want Peace metal door by Kiva, and there you go. I like how the no symbol is over an actual AK, which is a nice little added touch right there. Then we've got something that is all slimy. This is the sewage sheet metal door. And it's got some kind of like goop monster up there and various pipes and stuff going through it. Next, we've got a second version of the advertising door, but this time it is the double door. And a lot of people really dig the way this door looks. And, at night, once it actually, glows and you see the TVs light up, it definitely is one that is a bit captivating. Next over here, we've got a continuation with the salvage scrap doors with the double door. This one has a very nice kind of lighting effect that goes on with it, so we'll come back to that once we kill the lights. Next, what else do we need to say? It's the cheese door and the double version. So hey, if you got the single version, you'd probably want this one, right? Next, we've got another kind of goofy sheet metal door for you. This is the Monster Double Door version 2. There's a single door that I believe was accepted, And yeah, this is the second version of the double door, so hey, maybe the changes will be enough to grab Helk's attention. Next, we've got a bunch of garage doors for you, starting out with this one right here. This is the Rainbow Weather Garage Door by 26. And yeah, it just has a neon rainbow going on there with some various clouds and other weather effects. Then over here, we've got something a little more on the artistic side. This is the Dream Catcher Garage Door by Kenzie. And then a carnival. If you're interested in setting up a carnival in Rust, this would probably be the door for you. It's got a flag and along with some creepy eyes and hands coming through right there. I don't know what's going on with that one there. Might not want to go in there if you plan on coming back out. Next, we've got another creative door for you. This one is the Treasure Finder's Garage Door. And as you can see, it kind of has like a wooden paneled garage door behind it and this map that is laying over the front of it. And yeah, just these various little light pins that actually, to me, they look like glow bugs, is what they remind me of. So definitely very cool. They might even just be glow bugs. I'm not entirely sure. One way or another, very cool design. Next, we've got a very kind of industrial door right here. This is the Electro Door by Jessen. Definitely looks quite cool at night, so be sure to check that out. Then over here, we've got one last one for you with the holographic Broken Glass Garage Door. Oof, what a name. But definitely some really cool colors. Also like how they broke it up on the roller up there. Next, we've got two armored doors for you. The first one here is the Emoji Armored Door, and this one says smile on one side, and on the other side it says angry. So there you have it. You can face it which way you want for your raiders or visitors. Then lastly over here, we've got a continuation in the bombing set with the Bombing Armored Door by Andre. And I really like the hatch is actually the extra eye in the middle of the forehead. I think that's quite cool. And then in the back, it's actually open and the skeleton is screaming. So that's definitely a very cool effect. All right, let's take a look at the glow here. So first off, we've got the emoji door. It's two different sides. And then we've got the awesome glow on this one here. Really like that one there. It does have a non-glowing version as well. Glow on the carnival with those little red eyes sneaking through over there. Really nice bright neon on this one here. And like I said, the lighting is just really beautiful on this door. Then we got our slime glob, our peace door, and the blueprint has kind of that nice little, fluorescent light glow. Then we can check out the boxes. I do have to say probably the one downside is most people face boxes, this way, and there is no glow or anything to really let you know what's going on with these boxes. So that's a little bit unfortunate there. Then we've got the glow on this one. And you can kind of make out ammo, a little bit hard to. The kind of half glow is neat, but it does make it difficult to read. But, maybe they could put the number on the side too. That'd make it easier. And, of course, lastly, we've got this one. Again, here's a really good, you can see clearly what it says from all angles, and you can clearly tell what the box is for from the side. So, good example of why that set's probably doing well. And then over here, we've got our furnaces. And nothing really much going on light-wise with this one here. All right, let's get to our last part here with the tools and weapons, starting off with this rock, and is the alien egg. And there's a phobia that I can never pronounce it right. Tritho something phobia. Yeah. Anyway, sorry people who don't like this. Warning on that one. Next, we've got a a tool set, the gold ore hatchet here by Le Crempe. And of course, its matching pickaxe. Definitely like the cutouts. It's a little bit rough on the pickaxe because it looks like it's super thin, but there's not much that you can do with that because there's not really an inside, so to say. If you get what I'm saying, but I think it's done quite well for that. Next, we've got a jackhammer. We don't see skins too often for these, so it's always nice to see some cruise on through. This one here is from a older set, the Bulldozer set by Algorithm. And of course, the jackhammer just looks so perfect with this. Next, we've got a bow for you, and this one is all adorned up with some gold. This is the Guardsman Hunting Bow. And as you'll see, when we pull it back, it's kind of got like a kind of exposed like maple wood thing kind of going on there, I think. Or maybe it's just wood knots, I'm not entirely sure. There we go. And then last up in this group, we've got a crossbow for you. And it just has this kind of nice kind of like blue tint to it all throughout. This is the crossbow from Heaven. There you go. Go ahead and draw back that string. And take one more look along the length of it there. Next, we've got a couple more crossbows for you, starting out with this one, which is a part of the Glister set. And as you can see, it definitely glistens right in the light, as the rest of the set would. Go ahead and reload it. There that is. Take a look along there. You can see it has a nice kind of reddish drawstring. And we've got one more crossbow for you. This one has some kill tracking on it. I wish we could actually track kills, that'd be cool. But no, it's got the score marks and the skulls there to, you know, some trophy marks pretty much. And this fits the name of it, which is the Headhunter crossbow. There you go. Just in case, you know, you weren't sure, there's plenty of skulls there to let you know. Next, we've got a couple of saps for you, starting off with this one right here. This is the Rainbow Sap by Diaz. And it has kind of like a comic book cel-shaded kind of thing going on with it, with the POW and, you know, the shading. And then you've got that happy little smile and so forth. Aiming down the sights, you've got blue versus red there with some rainbow on the back part of the gun. Next, we've got another sap for you, and this one is a little bit more on the disgusting and visceral side. This is the Biomech sap. And, yeah, man, the whole thing's made out of, like, bone and, well, bio pieces. Look at that. Some of it kind of looks like heart valves and stuff. It's definitely a nasty-looking gun. And as you can see, there's a bone tip versus the kind of guts color there. Next, we've got a SAR for you, and this one is part of the Notebook set by Sodenser. And yeah, the whole thing looks like a notebook all scrawled across it and drawn on. And yeah, you can even see the bullets drawn down there. And as you aim down the sights, you kind of got just some kind of basic iron sights going on. There we go. And of course, as you can see, it is stockless. Last in this group, we've got a Tommy for you, and this one is the Vortex Thompson. As you can see, it's got a nice variety of a color grade going on there. Has kind of a sleek but shiny look to it. Aiming down the sights, you can see kind of a silvery tip versus the kind of darker metal black right there. And kind of the blue, I kind of like the blue sight kind of drawn on there, but at the same time it's kind of maybe a little distracting because I feel like it makes me want to aim lower than where the sight actually is. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Next, we've got a custom for you, and this one is, well, the Black Gold custom, as if you couldn't tell from the Black and Gold. This set's been doing pretty well, so I can see this one doing very well, as customs tend to sell extra well. Lots of well right there. Aiming down the sights here, you have the gold versus black, of course. We'll go ahead and pop a reload. There we go. Next, we've got some MP5, starting off with this one here. It has a very nice military look to it. This is the Black Sand MP5 by Anathan. And yeah, this thing's just really awesome looking. I could see it selling really well in Rust. Everyone always likes that kind of military look to it, and the kind of newish military clean cut look to this one is quite nice. Next, we've got another MP5 for you, and this one also is quite military-esque. This is the Moonscape MP5 by Keck. And yeah, it just kind of has this gray on white kind of camo going on, with just a slight bit of color with that kind of faded gold to the details. Go ahead and pop a reload there. Next, we've got some AKs for you, starting off with this one right here. This is the Emotions AR by Vase. And as you can see, there are a lot of different emotions going on all over this thing with its artwork. Aiming down the sights here, you've got kind of something that reminds me of something combined with Meatwad and a Carco Demon. If you get those references, then awesome. And there's that reload. Next, we've got one more AK for you, and this one is just absolutely badass. This is the Knight Templar AK by Johnny, so continuation in the Templar set, and this thing is just sculpted so beautifully. Look at all that detail. Love the bronze sights, too. Just goes with it so well. And to finish up this round, we've got one more AK for you, and this one is on the beautiful artsy side. This is the Botanist AK-47 by Oasis. And yeah, you can see there's just lots of beautiful flowers and so forth going on in there. But then there's also like a skull in there, and the flower petals end up being a hair. And yeah, it's just a really cool artsy design. Aiming down the sights here, you've got some kind of, what would you call that? Like a light gray sights, I would say. And there we have it. Last, we've got two more items for you. Starting out with this LR. This is the Shore Digger. And yeah, it's just got kind of a really like pulled out of a box on a wet boat wreckage look to it. And I think that's what they were going for. They did quite well. Aiming down the sights here, just in case you don't know what to do, it tells you to aim. Definitely love that. There's that reload. Take a look down it one more time. And last but not least, we've got an M249 skin for you. And look at this one. It's actually really, really cool. This is the Medical M249 by Zinc. And yeah, they just kind of made the bullets look like medical darts. And the whole thing just has a color scheme that, you know, really fits the syringes from the game. And they just did a really, really cool job with this one. Go ahead and pop that reload. You can see those med syringe bullets. And I love how they come out of what basically is a large med kit. Lots of thought went into this one. But there you go, everyone. Sound off down in the comments section below which ones you're hoping to make it in the most. I always try to get that feedback to the devs and let them know. Thanks for watching, and hope you all are having a great week. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. It'll just take time for this to heal, so thanks for bearing with me. If I was a little bit weird or stuttery or funky, it's because I am on pain meds right now, because like I said, this is very, very painful. It is one step below actually tearing a ligament. So thankfully I didn't do that, and I need to make sure I don't. So again, thank you for bearing with me, guys, and I hope you all stay rusty. Have a good one.